Welcome to Q&A number 2. I thought I'd start today by just recapping what this series is about. Basically, you guys can ask me any question you like in the description down below, in the comments section down below, and basically I'll pick the ones that I really want to answer for the next episode. Now, I won't pick every single question that you ask, as some of them I probably won't want to answer, and some of them I really do want to answer, so please don't feel offended if I don't pick your question, but always leave it down there. There's always a chance that I might pick it for the next episode. So, to start with today, I've picked about 8 or 9 questions that you guys asked most commonly in the section last time, which was really helpful because it means I can get some of the more common questions out of the way today, and throw a couple of difficult ones in there as well. So let's get started. The first question is from I'm the Coolest Guy, spelt with a K. That's pretty cool right there. How has YouTube affected your life? Has it made it easier to talk to people? YouTube has affected my life massively, for various different reasons. First of all, I've got to meet some amazing people, and I've got to go on some amazing opportunities. Having your own YouTube channel is for me a form of expression. I can give out my opinion as and when I like on pretty much any topic that I care to think of. And yes, it has made it extremely easier to talk to people. The first time you do a commentary talking to your microphone, as I'm doing right now, was a little bit strange, and it was very alien to me. I've always been pretty comfortable talking to people, but now I don't find it a bother at all to talk to about maybe 50 people at once. I do it quite regularly in my job as well. I have to talk to a team of people, and I don't really find that a problem anymore. I don't get nervous or anything like that. So yes, it's affected my life in that way, that it makes it easier to talk to people. In another way, it's affected my life because I've got to meet so many cool people, as I said, and I get to interact with so many different people on a daily basis. I think that I talk to more people every day than the average human must talk to in about a week. It's quite strange, not just here on YouTube, but on Twitter as well. So definitely YouTube does change your life. It makes you much more sociable as a person if you choose to do YouTube that way. And I'm very sort of grateful that I kind of got myself going with it, and I now have this fan base that I can talk to all the time. So yeah, thanks. Moving on, next question is from Jensen Button, I think your name is. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? I had a really long think about this with my girlfriend, and we couldn't come to a decision. I think I'm going to have to go on personal preference here, and I would probably say 100 duck-sized horses, simply because I really like horses, and they'd be really cute if they were really small. The reason I wouldn't pick 1 horse-sized duck is that it would be absolutely massive, and it would probably peck me to death. So, yeah, that's my answer. Next question is probably the most commonly asked question in last week's comment section, and that is, Westie, what was your first PC/console game that you actually played? Now, I had to think about this really hard because I didn't get into sort of gaming until I was in the early sort of teenage years of my life, and because I was playing so much football, I didn't really have a lot of time for anything else other than that and school. So when I did first start to play PC games, I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. A lot of you guys might be very familiar with that. It was probably one of the most popular sort of simulators out there for the time, and it was probably regarded as one of the most well-built and well-crafted games ever. It was very well critically acclaimed at the time. And I used to absolutely love it because you could make any roller coaster you like, and you could put people on it, and if it was extreme enough you could just make people throw up, which I thought was really funny at the time. But yeah, that was the first game I played on PC, and then I switched to console a few years later. I bought myself a PS3, and the first game I played on that I think was Band of Brothers Hell's Highway. Some of you might have played it. I just picked it up pre-owned when I got the PS3, and that's what got me into first-person shooters very, very briefly, and then I moved into Call of Duty 4 and Bad Company 2 around that sort of time, really started to get myself going. So yeah, 2 of those games, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and Band of Brothers Hell's Highway, they were my first 2 PC games that I remember playing in my mind. I may have played some before, but I just can't bloody remember. Next question. This is probably the most important one of the video, from BF3 Faggotry. What would you rather have, a full Sunday roast or a full English fry-up? This is a really hard question to answer for an English person, but I think I'm probably going to have to go with a full Sunday roast. mostly because I have fry-ups probably once a week, whereas roasts I don't tend to have at all unless we go out to this sort of carvery that me and my girlfriend really like going to. That's pretty much the only time that we have a Sunday roast. And it's so nice there, and it's relatively cheap as well, and I just really enjoy having a roast. It's something that I always used to have when I was younger, but then when I got past the age of 16, getting on to 18, where I just started doing things on my own, I just didn't really join in with the family meals because, well, my eating habits have massively changed, but I just really enjoy having a Sunday roast, just once in a while, and it's really nice. The next question today is from Sparky, and this one was really quite sort of thought-provoking, but he asks, every person has something that they've always wanted to do, but really never gets a chance to because of certain circumstances. Can you name one or two that's happened to you? I had to think really long and hard about this. It's pretty much a theme today with all these questions. I had to think quite hard, so let's carry that on for the next episode. I had to think really hard. There were a couple of things that when I was playing football I really regretted doing. I used to play academy football for Charlton Athletic. A lot of you guys might know that that's an English football team that has a really good youth academy. And I had the opportunity to go and play for their academy team. And it was about 3 or 4 days a week worth of training. And then also you'd have to sort of play on the weekend as well. I really wish I'd gone and done it, but I think there was something in my mind that told me that you shouldn't do it because it would have taken up so much of my time that I wouldn't have had any time to do anything else. And I kind of regret that now because I got pretty far playing football anyway, but if I'd have taken that chance, I may have actually given myself a chance at professionally playing football. And when I was younger, that was always something that I wanted to do. So I kind of regret not doing that. Final question for today from Jim Kirk. It's a really another important one here. If you could be a fruit, what fruit would you be? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, for you inquiring minds out there, I had a little bit of a sit down and I thought through all the different fruits. So I didn't want to be an apple or a pear or a banana or an orange. They're just too common. I don't want to be like a common fruit. But then I didn't want to be something that was too far out, like a dragon fruit or a star fruit or something, because that's just a little bit too high up, and you don't want to be seen as being above everybody else. So I thought I had to try and find a middle ground. So I chose mango. So I would be a mango, and specifically because mangoes are in things that you expect them to be in, but it's not always around. So, you know, like J2O drinks for here in the UK, you guys might know, they do orange and passion fruit, and they do apple and mango. See, it's there, but you wouldn't know it. It's like, it's there, but it's not there. So, like, you can get smoothies and you get mangoes, and they're always there. You can see them in the fruit aisle, but not many people go for them. And that's kind of like what I'd like to be. I'm sort of in the middle ground. Nobody picks you all the time because nobody always wants a mango. You don't always go into somebody's house and you look at their fruit bowl and you see mangoes. Well, you always see oranges. So I'd want to be something that could be there but might not be there. Sort of blend into the background, so to speak. So I'd be a mango. Let me know down in the comments what fruit you'd be. But yeah, we'll pull it up there for today, so thank you very much for listening again to my weird ramblings about who I actually am and what decisions I'd make in my life. Make sure you leave comments down below, ask me some more questions, and make sure you hit like on the video so I definitely know that you want to see another episode of this kind of thing. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.